Welcome back to Beyond Wisdom, where we explore timeless truths for a more peaceful and meaningful life. In a world full of persuasion, distraction, and subtle influence, it's easy to find yourself nudged, convinced, or even pressured into choices that aren't really yours. From social media to relationships, from advertising to politics, manipulation is everywhere. But ancient wisdom offers a different way of seeing, thinking, and moving through the world. If you can learn this way of thinking, you won't just be harder to manipulate. You'll be rooted in something deeper than opinion or influence. You'll be free. Number 1. Know yourself or be known by others. The Oracle of Delphi, inscribed above the temple of Apollo, gave this famous counsel: know thyself. In ancient Greece, this wasn't self-help advice. It was a warning. If you do not know who you are, what you value, what you fear, what you want, then others will define it for you. Manipulators don't need to control your actions if they can simply shape your desires. This is why philosophers like Socrates asked questions more than they gave answers. He believed that without deep self-examination, we become puppets, pulled not by strings, but by unexamined emotions and beliefs. To think clearly, you must first know what thoughts are truly yours. The person who knows themselves is like a deeply rooted tree, not swayed by every passing wind. Number 2. Slow down your thinking. The Stoics warned us about acting on impulse. Seneca wrote that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Manipulation often happens when we rush. When we react too fast, we don't give reason enough time to catch up. Advertisers count on this. Politicians count on this. Even people close to you may push urgency to bypass your clarity. But ancient wisdom teaches the strength of pause. In Taoist thought, slowness isn't weakness, it's mastery. Like water that flows around the rock, slow thinking sees more, misses less. Before you react, pause, breathe, ask, is this true? Is this necessary? Who benefits from this belief? That moment of stillness can be the difference between control and clarity. Number 3. Understand how fear is used. Fear is one of the oldest tools of manipulation. In ancient Rome, emperors knew that fear kept citizens obedient. Bread and circuses kept them distracted, but fear kept them controlled. In modern times, fear still works. Fear of missing out, fear of rejection, fear of the future. But fear shrinks our thinking. It closes the door to wisdom. The Buddha taught that fear arises from attachment to outcome, image, or identity. Once you see that, fear loses its grip. Next time you feel fear being pushed on you, by a headline, a salesperson, or even a friend, ask yourself, who is trying to gain something from this fear? Fear isn't always false, but it should always be questioned. Number 4. Don't outsource your thinking. In Confucian tradition, true wisdom comes from reflection, not obedience. It's tempting to let others do the thinking for us, to rely on news, trends, or influencers to tell us what's right. But if you give up your thinking, you also give up your freedom. Confucius said, "The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions." This quiet wisdom resists manipulation because it isn't built on show. It's built on understanding. Reading both sides, questioning easy answers, asking uncomfortable questions. These are the tools of free people. Think for yourself. not against others, but beneath the noise, deeply, calmly. Number 5. Flattery is a mirror, not a window. Laozi, the ancient Taoist sage, warned against pride dressed as praise. He wrote, "He who flatters you is not your friend." Manipulation often comes in the form of compliments, carefully designed to make you feel special, smarter, more right than others. It feels good. That's the trap. True respect doesn't need to seduce your ego. It just stands with you. When someone praises you, don't dismiss it, but do examine it. Ask, is this truth or strategy? Is this connection or control? The wise thinker isn't cold or distrustful, just aware that not all sweetness is sincerity. To be free from manipulation, learn to receive praise without feeding on it. Number 6. Remember, words can be weapons or wisdom. Ancient rhetoric, the art of persuasion, was taught in schools across Greece and Rome. But great thinkers like Epictetus reminded us that just because something sounds good doesn't make it true. Today we are surrounded by beautiful language used to sell, distract, and manipulate. Emotional music, clean design, clever wording. It all has power. But clarity is a deeper kind of power. In Zen Buddhism, there's this concept called kensho, seeing things as they truly are, not as they're framed, not as they're marketed. Words can really shape your reality unless you learn to see through them. The person who listens deeply, behind the surface, cannot be fooled for long. Number 7. Practice emotional sobriety. Emotions are not the enemy, but unexamined emotions are the tool of every manipulator. Ancient Indian philosophy, especially from the Bhagavad Gita, teaches about equanimity, the ability to remain calm in gain and loss, praise and blame. This doesn't mean being emotionless. It means not being ruled. The more reactive you are, the easier you are to steer. A calm mind can hear, see, and choose with wisdom. Emotional sobriety means checking in with yourself. Am I reacting or responding? Is this feeling mine, or was it placed here? This calm awareness is not weakness. It's honestly one of the most powerful forms of resistance in a noisy world. Number 8. Let silence be your test. Sometimes the best way to test if a belief or suggestion is true is to just sit with it. No reaction, no agreement, just silence. In many indigenous traditions, silence is actually a form of listening, not just to others, but to truth itself. Manipulation relies on speed. It wants you to act before you reflect. But if you can let silence speak, you begin to hear more clearly. Ask yourself, does this feel right in the stillness? Not when it's loud, not when you're distracted, but when you're alone, quiet, undisturbed. If it still holds up, it's probably real. If not, it was probably influence. You don't need to be suspicious to avoid being manipulated. You just need to be awake. Think clearly. Breathe before you believe. Stay rooted in what's truly yours, your values, your thoughts, your calm. The world will keep trying to pull you, but you are not a leaf. You are the tree. And the deeper your roots, the less any storm can move you. When was a time you realized someone had influenced you without you knowing it? And what helped you see it? Share your story in the comments. Thanks for watching. If this video brought you value, subscribe to Beyond Wisdom. Until next time, stay calm, stay strong, and stay wise.